Now, before we even continue Conquest, as always, make sure that every single player in your team is fulfilling a purpose, whether it's team affinity innings or player program missions. Just make sure they're basically fulfilling a purpose in upgrading your squad. Now, there are going to be YouTube cards popping out throughout the entire video at the top right corner, and it's just going to be suggestions for different playlists I have in the channel in case anything interests you and you want to go ahead and watch it. We're going to head into Conquest. What we're doing right now is heading towards the Seattle Mariners, because as soon as we're able to capture the Seattle Mariners, that means that all of this open territory is going to be ours, and that's going to be beautiful when it comes to reinforcing fans. You're just going to hopefully simulate after you skip the move fans phase, because we're not trying to move fans out of here. So we're going to skip to attack. We're going to hopefully not lose anything on our way to Seattle. But you never know, these 1 million fan territories, sometimes they're real stingy. And look at how beautiful that is. Seattle was attacked by the Orioles. That makes it a lot easier for us to get there. And maybe they're even a lot weaker. Come on, don't drop me to 5. All right, I'm fine at 6. I believe we had just faced Seattle too. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy game for us. We're going to be able to face them on veteran, beat them on veteran hopefully, and then head to capturing those open territories everyone sees. And just in case you missed it from the last video, always, and I mean always, put your 5th arm to start the game. So your opponent puts their 5th arm to start the game too. It will put you at a humongous advantage. Always, always, always put your 5th arm to start the game in every single Conquest game. So now that we went ahead and beat the Seattle Mariners, as you can see, we have 5 strongholds. Now we feel a lot better when it comes to not really caring how close the Minnesota Twins get to us. But at the same time, we don't want to lose that stronghold, because we don't want to play an extra game of Conquest. Because who's trying to waste their time on Conquest? Not me. Now, since we already got my goal out of the way, which was to steal 7 million fans and get that Walter Johnson, I am no longer stealing. I'm going to skip straight to reinforce. And as you can see, these territories are getting stronger because they want to come after us. We have 7 million fans to reinforce. We could do a couple of things here. With 7 million fans, we might be able to get to the Dodgers without losing too much and face them on all-star difficulty, and hopefully beat them on all-star difficulty. And that will allow us to create a great path to the Angels, great path to the San Diego Padres. Now, I don't want to go after the Dodgers just yet, because I'd rather them go ahead and attack into what's remaining of the Oakland Athletics and get a little bit weaker on that side. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and protect us, or protect our main stronghold, from the 2 territories that are closest to attacking us. So if we look at the Kansas City Royals, they are 1-2 away. If we look at the Twins, they are 1-2-3 away. So clearly the closer one is the Kansas City Royals. We're going to go ahead, beat the Kansas City Royals here. Once we beat the Kansas City Royals, we will then focus our attention towards the Twins and beating them as well. Not in this run, although, of course, because we're not going to have the territories left. What we can do after we beat the Kansas City Royals is we can branch out a little bit to the left and get some of those open territories as well, just so we can keep getting more and more reinforcements. Luckily, I did not lose. I must have gotten attacked by Kansas City, because we had 6. So we definitely had to have gotten attacked by Kansas City. Now listen to me. If you cannot win a Conquest game on Hall of Fame, don't you worry. All you have to do is press skip to steal fans, skip to reinforce, you reinforce the 4, skip to move, or after you reinforce, it's going to go automatically to move, skip to move, or skip to attack, and then attack the stronghold, beat it, and then once after you beat it, you would probably just do what I said previously, which is branch out a little bit towards these open territories. But us, we're going to make sure we beat the Kansas City Royals on Hall of Fame. Once again, 5th starter every single time. Let's go. So now that we beat the Kansas City Royals, we had to go to extra innings. But in that extra inning game, I made sure to put the beat down on them. We're going to go ahead and simply just take this one territory right here. Hopefully we don't lose any fan. Thankfully we didn't, because we lost a lot just from them attacking us. And now we're in a good position, because this territory or their stronghold can't reinforce here anymore, and they can't reinforce in general, because after you capture a team stronghold, they can no longer reinforce. Now the team that worries us is the Minnesota Twins, because they're coming right after us as well. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the Kansas City Royals, and we're going to find the best path towards the Twins. To me, the best path is clearly by where the majority of ones are, because if you go by where the majority of twos are, you have the higher chance of that two attacking you. And taking this path that we took right here, at the end of the day, it wouldn't have made a difference in how many steps it takes us to get to the Minnesota Twins stronghold. Now, if we get there at 6, we're most likely going to be able to face them on a difficulty. Well, I don't know if we'd be able to face them anymore at a difficulty that we'd like. But with that being said, I'm going to still try it. Now, if you're a new player, obviously, it's going to be a lot more challenging to try and beat the Twins on Hall of Fame than it will be on All-Star. So you can do the same thing you did right here, which is just reinforce or skip to steal, skip the steals to reinforce that leading territory, and then you go ahead and skip to move fans, or it automatically puts you in move fans. Skip to attack the stronghold. Once you attack the stronghold, you're gonna go up this way and basically take all the open territories and begin taking all the open territories over here. But we're gonna go ahead and try to beat them on Hall of Fame. So let me go ahead and try. So we went ahead and smoked the Twins too. I mean, you're looking at it, 7-0. We've been doing our thing. Ever since I switched the PCI that I had to just circles in the middle, I don't know what the reason is, but every single team we face, we've just been doing pretty good against. Now, I'm not worried about any of these 2 million fan territories because the Milwaukee Brewers will most likely take care of that for me. The only other team that we should be worried about 100% is the Chicago Cubs. But in the next phase, we should see if they try to get closer to us, or if where that 1 million fans is where they will decide, all right, I'm good to go, basically to stop attacking. Now, although since we've taken care of most of the teams we needed to take care of, we're going back towards the Dodgers, and we're looking to beat the Dodgers big time. So yeah, it looks like the Cubs are going to try to make their way to us. So we got to be smart about that, of course. Now we are going to skip to attack, and we're going to face the Dodgers. If we can get to the Dodgers with, I want to say, 7 million fans, that most likely is an All-Star game. Now, I want to face the Dodgers on All-Star. I do not want to face the Dodgers on Hall of Famer Legend. And luckily enough for us, we got to the Dodgers with exactly the amount of fans that I wanted. We're going to be even, and they actually attacked us. That's why you see this number here drop. Either they attacked us or the San Diego Padres attacked them. And that's why you saw that number drop. We go ahead, face them on All-Star, and we're going to get the beat down on them. I promise you. They're my team. I'm a Dodgers fan, but I'm sorry, I gotta give y'all a smackdown.
Where do you check and see?
We're looking good. We're looking beautiful. Every single team that's running into us, they're just getting the smackdown. I told you the Dodgers were up next, and they got exactly that. We upgraded my boy David Fletcher, and the reason I have David Fletcher, just in case anybody's like, is he the best second baseman? Should I buy him? Should I buy him? Should I buy him?
I appreciate it.
I don't know. The only reason I have him is because I completed the NL West completely in terms of the division, and up next for me, like, I'm doing divisions one by one. Oh, look at that. The Dodgers decided to actually cut off our path right here. So, whenever a team cuts off your path, when you reinforce, you can only reinforce to connected strongholds or to a stronghold that's isolated. So let's say, for example, they had cut this off instead. I could only reinforce to this stronghold because it's isolated. But since they cut off here, I have all of these strongholds together, and then these other 4 strongholds together. So, interesting to say the least. And I'm taking a humongous risk going between this 2 and 4 and both of these 3s and leaving a 1 just here, because they most likely will attack. But I'm hoping that the CPU, instead of focusing in on me, the Dodgers and Padres, like the rivalry they got going on right now, they focus against each other. But as you guys can see, the Dodgers instead decided to attack us, and with 4 million fans, they magically lost against us. So we're going to take the Angels. We're going to face them on Hall of Fame. They only got Rendon and Trout. I ain't really too scared of them. So I think we will excel here. And then after that, you know, it's clearly us going after the Padres. And I think we'll have more than enough time to get the Diamondbacks
I mean,
before we have to go back to whichever is the closest spot to the Cubs by the time we finish those turns, which will most likely be the Stronghold instead of this, because I feel like the Cubs are going to reinforce here.
Yeah,
sit down right here, and then we're going to have to go through here to get to the Cubs Stronghold, and then we're going to focus here to get to the Texas Rangers Stronghold, etc. Now, of course, as I always say, if you don't want to face the Angels in Hall of Fame, just go ahead, skip
Xbox person, and it was in BR.
To Steel Fans.
Everyone else
then
has
skip
been,
the Steel Fans.
What a name.
Then reinforce this leading territory, skip the move phase, and then go back to attacking and attack the Angels. We're going to do it on Hall of Fame. So now that we went ahead and also beat the Angels, next up is going to be getting as close as possible to the San Diego Padres, and we're going to do that to finish off this episode. I most likely will not be able to beat those 3 million fans you all see there, but I was going to say it was important for us to attack it nonetheless. And it turns out we won't even have to attack it, but I will, because I want the Stronghold to attack me if I got close. I ended up losing regardless. And there it's going to lead us to reinforcing. And as you guys can see, now they're starting to attack each other, which is perfect for us, because now we don't have to really worry about too much. We skip to reinforce. Now, instead of reinforcing here, we are going to reinforce up here so we can face a 1 instead of facing a 2. And with that, we will basically end today's episode. So if you did end up enjoying today's content, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the channel notifications. Follow me on all my socials listed above me. Community tab, interact with me there. More Bhlademyst, subscribe to my other YouTube channels. And if you want to become a member, if you start in April, you will have the longest badge available whenever I start live streaming. So make sure you do that. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.